How many of y'all ever been around somebody who likes to joke about being broke? Me personally, I don't care where you at, what things are looking like. Do not speak about yourself in that way. I don't care if you're not being serious about it, if it's just a joke, whatever. Somebody say, oh, you taking yourself too serious. Listen, that's not a joking matter. You have to understand that your words are powerful. Your words carry weight. Your words carry energy. You gotta understand that. I don't care what my situation is looking like. Do not come around me telling me, ha ha ha, oh I'm broke, da 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 da. Or I can't do this because I'm broke. Oh, this is broke people problems. Like, you know, y'all know what I'm trying to say. Y'all been around those type of people. You might have been one of those people. It's not funny, bro. I'm not gonna laugh at your joke, and I'm definitely not gonna go along with it or contribute to that type of humor, because you gotta understand everything you're doing and you're saying, you are programming your mind. What type of person do you want to be in this world? What type of lifestyle do you want to live? Envision that version of yourself and act and move to the best of your abilities as that person would move. If you want to be a person who is a multimillionaire with 10 cars and a mansion, how would you feel about yourself? How would you speak about yourself? How would you move? How would you treat others? You have to the best of your ability, you have to do that. Some of the biggest artists, business owners and all that, they say that you have to somewhat, to a degree, be quote unquote delusional before you can get to the top. You ever heard fake it till you make it? That's a personal thing. Don't fake it to other people. Don't try to prove to other people that you're something that you're not. Nah, be yourself, but you have to put yourself on a pedestal. You have to see yourself on a higher light. You have to understand, and you have to tell yourself, this is where my destination is, and I'm going to get there. I may not know how, but I'm going to get there. Because if you lose all faith in who you want to be, then you're not living, my friend. If you lose all faith in the goals that you have, you're not living. If you have no faith, you have nothing. And that's real shit. I'm sorry. I be trying not to curse in my videos, but sometimes I just be cursing because that's how passionate I am about these things. And don't let the people who feel down about themselves or feel negative about themselves, or they've accepted that they'll never accomplish being the person they want to be or reaching the status they want to reach, don't let those type of people bring you down. You know what I mean? Make you feel away, make you feel bad because you don't like to play like that. You don't like to mess around like that. You know what I mean? They might be triggered. They might think like, oh, because they do it, you're insulting them or you're looking down on them. Nah, bro. The difference between the person who got there and the person who never gets there is the mindset, the faith, and the action put towards it. Things don't happen on chance. Things don't happen on accident. Everybody who got something did something to get it. They had to grind, but you ain't gonna get nowhere if you grinding your ass off and you still in your mom thinking like, I'm doing this for no reason, or I ain't shit, or I'm just doing this to get by, or I'm settled, or this is where I'm gonna be for the rest of my life. Okay, cool. If that's where you want to be, that's cool. If you are content and where you at, that's cool. But don't knock anybody else for wanting more and acting and moving as if they do or they are already. And I know nobody is content with being broke. So this is why I say take that word out of your vocabulary. That word should never be in your vocabulary. I don't ever feel comfortable saying that word. When someone says that word around me, I swear to God, I may not say it, I may not express it in that moment, but in my mind, I'm uncomfortable. I don't like that word. Because I will never associate myself with that. Because that's not who I am. You gotta really think about what is that implying. It's not as simple as like, oh, I just don't have the funds for that, whatever the case is. You gotta understand that your mind is like a computer and you're feeding the information. So if you speaking something, you saying something about yourself, your subconscious mind don't know the difference between you playing around and you just joking, or it's not that serious so you don't really mean it. Your subconscious mind don't think that. Your subconscious mind don't understand the difference of that. You're feeding it information for you to devalue. You're devaluing yourself. You're giving your mind reasons. You're training your mind to look down on yourself. That's part of where these negative thoughts be coming from. You got to hold yourself to a higher standard, and you got to have that self-confidence and that self-worth and that self-validation to keep it there, because you can't control nobody else. So you don't know if their validation or the way they see you and whatever the case is going to last, or it's always going to be there. You have no control over that. So you can't let them dictate where you're at. If you're on that pedestal now, you can't give somebody else the power to knock you off that pedestal. So that's why it's also important to have that self-confidence, that self-validation, and raise yourself up and put yourself on that pedestal, because now you only have the power. Only you have the power to knock yourself off, and you only could blame yourself. You feel what I'm saying? We don't want to give nobody else that power. That's for us. So remember, you are in control of what you speak and what you accept. So don't say that word. Next time you think about using the word broke, let's say your friend asks you like, yo, let's go do this, or let's buy this, or let's, whatever the case is, or you want to buy something. Don't you ever say to yourself, oh, I'm too broke, I can't get that. Or I'm too broke, I can't go there. Or I don't, no. I don't care if you have $2 in your bank account. You do not speak on yourself that way. Sometimes you gotta let the energy that you put forth in the world and the universe, because listen, you get what you give. So the energy that you're giving, you're expressing, you're giving outwards, understand that sometimes there's a delayed effect, there's a delayed reaction. Sometimes it takes time for it to come back to you, to reflect in your outer world, to reflect back to you, for the world to reflect back to you. The energy you're putting out in the world, it's going to reflect back to you. So understand, it might take time. Sometimes your subconscious mind and the world around you is too used to how you used to be. So it's going to take time, but you have to stay the course. Take heed to what I'm saying, family. Remember that. That's one of the most important things. How is anybody going to believe in you and support you if you don't believe and support yourself?